Hi, I'm Pamela Church with Rocky Mountain Real Estate Advisors, and thank you again for joining us today. I am super excited about this interview I'm getting ready to do with this business owner. She's actually in Elizabeth, because 2 weekends ago, our family got to help open up this particular venue. My niece got married, and while I was here, I just recognized what an incredible, amazing venue it is. So I gave Hannah a call. This is Hannah Hughes, and asked her if we could do an interview. So Hannah, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness, I've had so much fun chatting with you before this.
Yes.
And I guess, first of all, let's just start out and let's tell everybody, where are you from? Where did you grow up?
I was born and raised here, so my whole entire life I have been in this area. My parents actually live 10 minutes away from here, so my whole life I've been here.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I heard you have an incredible, really cool story. So I know that you're an entrepreneurial mind.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
Tell me, how did you get that? Tell me about your growing up.
Yes. So both of my parents own their own companies, and my aunt and uncle actually do as well. So my whole family is very business owner. So I knew I always wanted to own my own business, and I have always worked with my parents. I've learned from them. They have taught me so much, and I have always watched them growing up, like what to do and what not to do when owning your own business, and they've taught me a lot. So they pushed me in the right direction of owning my own business, and I am very grateful for them.
Wow, what a blessing.
Yes,
wow.
I am very blessed. Yes.
Well, tell me, how did you get into the wedding business?
Yes. So again, I went to school for business. I had a minor in business, and so again, I've always wanted to own my own business. I just never knew what that was. So when my brother got married a couple of years ago, it kind of sparked a little light inside of me, and I've always loved everything wedding. Anything to do with the wedding, I was there. So I have also dreamt of my wedding day since I was 12. So my dad, during my brother's wedding, he was like, this would be really cool. And I was like, yes it would. And he took me out to breakfast a couple of weeks later, and he was like, I can't eat, I can't sleep, this is all I think about. And from there we started just writing and drawing out plans on napkins, and we designed and created it, and then we took everything to an architect, and he took all of our thoughts and just put it on paper.
So I'm really desiring to ask you this question. So I haven't brought up the name of the venue yet, because I wanted to save this question. I know I read that it's really important to you.
Yes.
So tell us the name of your venue and tell us where that came from.
Sure. So Bonnie Blues, and Bonnie Blues is named after my grandmother. She knew that we were building this right before she passed, but she couldn't see the final product. So when she passed, my mom is her only child, so when she passed, she left everything to my mom. And then my mom ended up giving everything to us, so then that way we can finish building the buildings. And she said, I will do this for you under one condition, you just have to name it after her. And then it clicked. So we were fighting back and forth about what to name it. We had some silly little name, I can't even remember the name of it, but nothing really ever stuck. So when my mom said you should name it Bonnie Blues, everything just fell into place. So
it sounds romantic.
Yes.
And so good job.
Yes, thank you. And it's so my great grandmother, so my grandma's mom, called her Bonnie Blue Eyes. So that's kind of where that name came from too. So my great grandma and my grandma had a big thing to do with it.
Okay, and you have our blue eyes.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Tell us about this windmill.
Yes, so this windmill has been in my family for a very long time. So it was just in the gully at my parents' house, and as kids, me and my brothers used to climb all over it and play all over it and play pretend. And so one day we just like dug it out of the ground, and I was like, this would be so cool to have at the venue, and we can hang it up, and it could be like a reminder as us kids and a reminder of my family. And this windmill is actually our logo. So we took this windmill and traced it, and it's a part of our logo now, which is super cool.
I just love that. That's amazing. It's like when you were little kids, how would you know that was going to come into an adulthood,
Absolutely.
right?
I think that's so cool. So.
Well, you know, having the wedding here ourselves, I noticed a lot of things around here are very different from other wedding venues. So tell us, what are some of the unique things that you have thought up, you and your dad?
Yes.
And tell us, you know, what is different about your wedding venue compared to others?
Yeah, so I actually went to a bunch of venues around Colorado, and I kind of got some inspiration from other venues, and I took everything that I liked and I didn't like, and I just put it all together, which is super cool because I got to design this building. But let's see, the cabins I think are really unique. They are separate from the main building, which a lot of venues have the bridal suite and the groom suite inside the main building. Mm-hmm. And ours are actually little cabins is what we call them. So they're outside of the main building. I like the idea of having the bride and groom have their own private romantic space to themselves. And I like the idea that they are on opposite sides of the building, so then that way they won't see each other if they don't want to. Another thing is the putt-putt green area. So that was my dad's idea actually, and he was super excited to build that, and he said it would be a really good selling point for the venue. It's by the groom's cabin, so the boys can enjoy that as they're getting ready, and then the guests can enjoy it as well.
We got to keep those boys busy.
I know. It doesn't take them any time to get ready, so lots of activities for them to do.
Well, and Hannah, you have a special day coming up.
I do. Yes, it's right around the corner.
Very around the corner.
Yes.
So what is it like planning your own wedding?
Well, building my own business and planning a wedding on top of that has been very exciting. Very stressful, but it's good. People say that I'm very particular in what I want, and I think it's just because I've been in the wedding industry. It's right around the corner, October 3rd. Lots of details to do still.
So you're actually going through the process.
Yes.
What I love about that is your clients will now you'll be able to really relate to them, right?
Absolutely. And I'm using all of my vendors, so I can really, if people are asking like who to use or who I recommend, I can absolutely just say I've used these people, this is who I recommend. But all of my vendors are wonderful. I've met with every single one of them. I've tried all their food, and so.
Okay, that's wonderful. Yes. Well, what do you have that's coming up that might be new? Anything new going on? I mean, this is all new anyway. Mm-hmm. Anything else that we should know about?
Well, in the future, we are planting a couple more trees, and we are building a pavilion outside for a covered ceremony site. So, not as of right now, but in the future, that's what we're planning for.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you pick out this venue? Because I know you have amazing views of the mountains.
Yes, it's a funny story, actually. So we were supposed to build the venue on my parents' property. So they have 40 acres right off of Delbert Road. Mm-hmm. That was the plan from the beginning, and then we had a community meeting, and our neighbors did not like that very much. They did not like the idea of doing that. So we wanted to keep the peace in the neighborhood, so we decided to look elsewhere for a piece of property. And actually one of our neighbors came up to us and said, we have the perfect property that's zoned commercial already. And so we went and looked at it, and it was zoned commercial, and it's right on top of a hill. It's perfectly located. We're like 30 minutes from Elizabeth. We're 10 minutes from Aurora, 20 minutes from Parker. 30 minutes from the airport. So we are in the perfect location. So we're very blessed to find this piece of property.
Yeah, you really are. You're sitting right up on
Yes,
top here.
yes.
It's just beautiful, Hannah.
Thank you.
You and your dad, and you have done an amazing job
Thank
here.
you.
And we so much enjoyed being here for the wedding
Yes.
2 weekends ago.
Absolutely.
Just had to come back. But is there anything else that you think people should know about? I know do you get a lot of people in from out of town? Is it more locals?
Yes, actually, well, of course we get a lot of locals, but we do get a lot of destination weddings, which is very surprising. Colorado is one of the most popular states to have a destination wedding. So we are getting people from like Texas and California and stuff like that. So
that is wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you all for tuning in again with us. And if you would like to see more about this venue and other videos coming up or interviews, just go to pamelashomes.com, where you can see events going on in the area of Elizabeth, Colorado, Parker, Colorado, Franktown, out in the country. Thank you again, Hannah, and we'll see you all next time.